Sit back and relax. It's going to be a fun one. Begins. Whoops. It's recording now. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Manly Man Club, where men do not hate on each other. We work together and go fishing and hunting and talk about the ladies.
I think some of the stuff you do is illegal. I'm looking into it.
The Morning Stream, where man is made whole.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream. It's Wednesday, August 4th. It's 2021. I'm Scott Johnson. It's Brian Ibbett. Good morning, Brian.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this it? Is this all there is
We're
today?
doing a show. It's going to have stuff in it. No, we're happy to be here. It's nice to see everybody. Got a nice full chat room today. We don't always call them out at the beginning of the show. We're often just distracted by them, but I don't know. I just noticed how active they are today. Look at them all.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, it also, this theme brings it out of them. The most ardent chat roomer.
Yeah.
When this song comes on, they have to go in and start typing TMS.
Yeah. They can't. They can't avoid it.
No.
It's
exactly.
a biological imperative that they play along. Yeah.
Yep, it is. It totally is. It's. I noticed that even when you were checking sounds for the top of the show, you were like setting up the theme and a couple other sounders, and you played just the T.
Oh, right.
People typed in T.
That's right. I just went like this.
It's like Pavlov's dog in there.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I'll test, and all it takes is that, and they'll start going. Oh man, look at all the T's.
Totally true. See, look at that.
Yeah. And they're only doing the T. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's what you call high T.
I call that Pavlov's bunch of. This is the biggest Pavlov's kennel. It's Pavlov's kennel, Brian.
Pavlov's kennel.
Yes. Right. We're gonna move on to talk about things. We got stuff. Speaking of dogs.
All Pavlov's dogs go to heaven. Yes.
I have good news, and I have a story that was almost bad news. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Last night, my wife at about 7 said, "Hey, I'm going to go see the neighbor. She got me some kind of Brazilian spice, something. This neighbor who's from Brazil, and she always gets her these really cool things. She was like, yeah, she's got this for me. I'm going to pop over there and just see how she's doing." We're like, okay, her husband's out of town. Good to check in. It's her and her 14-year-old daughter. So I'm going to go check on her. I said, okay, no problem. So she goes over there, and she forgets her phone. She didn't take her phone.
Okay.
7 turns into 8. And it's supposed to be like what I thought was like a 10-minute, quickie kind of stop by.
Sure.
7 turns to 8. 8 turns to 9. 9 turns to almost 10. And I'm like,
oh my God. Okay.
It's gone for 3 hours. What is this? Did she get stuck in a D&D game? Like, what happened over there? So right. Carter and I decide to just walk over and check and make sure everything's okay. And so we go over there to check. And she's in there. We see her waving at us. And she just got caught up in conversation. They were just talking. It's fine. Whatever. Okay. But she came down and opened the door. And when she did, their gigantic dog of I don't know what breed, but it's big enough to be a horse. It's not a Great Dane, but it's something in that range of size. Okay. Huge dog. Really sweet dog. Molly is her name. Very highly trained, except when it comes to people she doesn't know or trust yet. So we get there. She sees us at the door, runs down, bark, 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 and then jumped out a little bit, and then looked at us, and we looked at her, and I said, "Do you want to go back in the house?" And she ran a little further, and I went, "No. Let's come back in this townhouse.
Oh, no.
Let's go back."
Okay.
So then Carter had this idea. She's like, "Why don't you go around from the rear, and we'll zone her in. We'll box her in so she can't leave any further, and she'll hopefully come back up to the door." So I go around the rear of the dog.
Yeah.
And
by
she's
the way,
looking,
none of this will get used by Jamie.
None of it. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be zero innuendo coming out of this. It'll be fine. I mean, geez, even that will get used wrong. But anyway.
Right.
So I go around this dog, and I'm kind of, Lyle Alzado over there looking like I'm going to block her if she runs or whatever. And it's working. She's starting to come toward Carter and away from me. She doesn't like the tall man fellow that's there.
Sure. Okay.
So she goes back up to the door, and it looks like she's ready to burst into the door, and Carter goes to open the door to get her in, but can't figure out this stupid door handle's weird, and she didn't push down the right thing, and she's like, "Oh no, I can't get in." The dog panics,
runs
my direction, and slam. I thought I was like going to block her, and she would just like, oh, okay, I'll just go the other way. Slams into my left leg. I got a nice little tooth mark here on my shin. It didn't bite me, but it went like wham! It just hit me with its teeth, trying to get past me, and it did. And then it ran off to who knows where in the dark. And all night tonight, I've been worried that they're never going to find that dog because she won't come to me. I'm like out there yelling like she's going to. I'm the reason she's running, and Carter can't help it. So now, Lady and her daughter are out yelling for her and trying to find her. I got told this morning they found her. She was just up the road, and everything's fine. But man, I hate those moments where you're like, am I responsible for the death, car accident? Like,
right.
All that?
Oh my God. No collar or anything, right?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's actually a good point. She may have had a collar on. I don't know. But even if she had, this is a household where the dog is named Molly. They had a dog before this, also a larger dog. That dog also was called Molly. That dog got out in a similar fashion, ran out in the street, and got hit by a truck and died.
Oh, jeez.
So you can imagine
shades of Molly 2.0.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be the reason that she's out. So I was freaking out all night.
Right.
Anyway, the bottom line is blame my wife. She went over there too long. That's her fault. It's all her fault.
Yes.
Blame.
Didn't take her
wife.
phone. Shame.
All right.
Shame. Shame.
The Game of Thrones season that seemed like we were gonna have the greatest finale ever, and then after that it got bad.
Yeah.
That show's weird. I don't understand what happened there. All right.
So
let me get to this email here. We got an email.
Yeah.
It's from Cormac McCarthy. Just kidding. It's just from somebody named Cormac. He says,
I like that name too.
Yeah.
It's not a common name, Cormac.
Cormac is not common. I know the author, Cormac McCarthy, and I don't know him, but I know of him, and I know maybe one other Cormac.
You know another Cormac? Okay.
But I think it's a famous Cormac, and I can't remember. Or maybe it's like an alien name. Cormac, tell your people to stand down or something.
You're not thinking of Cormac the Magnificent,
No.
Johnny Carson, because that's Karnak.
No, not him. Who am I thinking of? Famous Cormac. Because it's going to have McCarthy. I read The Broad 4 times. I love that book.
Cormac McLagan.
Let's see. Here's some.
Oh, it's a Harry Potter character.
Oh, is that what maybe I'm thinking of that?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. I might be thinking of that.
Cormac McLagan.
There is a
member
Cormac
of the McLagan family.
There are some other names that sound very Irish. There's Cormac O'Brien and Cormac McDermott.
Well, sure.
Yeah. And Cormac McKinney. I guess they're all.
We're gonna get a letter from a Scottish listener saying that's not how you pronounce Cormac.
Yeah, you don't say it that way. Anyway, okay, so there was a Cormac. He played Quidditch in the books. Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of. Anyway,
might be.
Cormac.
Was it Irish? Is Cormac Irish? Okay, thank you.
Thank
you, Claire.
All right, thought it was.
I didn't want to assume because I figured getting yelled at by you for lumping him into Ireland would get worse. But no, I'd still get all caps either way.
Well, that was a 50-50 deal because I was saying Irish, you were saying Scottish, and one of us was going to be wrong. And
that's right.
It probably could have been. It could have easily been me. So don't feel bad. I'm sure my turn will be coming right around the bend here. Cormac wrote in about bad smells. We were talking about the melons that reek from your for one of your trivia questions. The
melon related poisonings, the food poisonings. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Then we got to talking about how some of them stink real bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Cormac says, hello, I'm a short-time listener who's been listening since the start of the pandemic. I love the show, and it's helped me cope with insomnia. Thank you guys for that. I really appreciate everyone at Frog Pants, and I just wanted to ask, is it possible to make an RSS? Oh, this isn't the bad smells.
I was going to say, there's nothing in this email about bad smells. I thought you were just saying something.
Dang it! You know what I
Cormac.
did? No, I effed up. I pasted. If you note in our end times today, there's another email that is exactly this. That's where that was supposed to go. I pasted. Oops. I thought I copied and pasted the right one. Damn it! All right. Well, it doesn't matter. I want to answer this guy's email. Says I just wanted to ask if possible making an RSS feed with the full archives of the podcast. The listener I have right now, Podcast Addict, doesn't have the archive on it, and I can't find an RSS feed. Is this possible? If it's not possible, totally fine. Thank you so much. Love the show. Well, Cormac, good news. It's totally possible. Not only is it possible, it's up and available. All you got to do is go to the website, frogpants.com/TMS. This is for anybody out there who's like, where's all the old ones? Go in there. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff, but under the Get the Show link, there's a bunch of links, and one of them, or two of them maybe, because I think I have 2 archives now because we've got so big.
Yeah, I had to break out the second one.
So all you do is right-click, or if you're on your phone, just, long press and then,
use your right hand to tap.
Right. Save the URL, the link, copy it to your clipboard. They call that anymore? Copy it to your clipboard? I don't think they do.
Sure. Copy it to your clipboard. Yes.
I don't think we say that anymore. Anyway, take that and paste that into that Podcast Addict app. It supports that. I've used it. They all do. So you can make a manual. Subscription on your podcast app, and you'll be all set. If
you add from URL, I think is the command.
Yeah, I think it depends on the on the app, but most of them are pretty consistent. Right. So
Downcast might be, or Overcast actually might be the one that uses.
Yeah.
Add from URL. I can't remember.
Fair enough. Adhesive Wombat says not for nothing, but the URL triggered a security error in Firefox. Really? Ooh. What's that about? It's just raw RSS feed. It's nothing crazy. Anyway, good luck to you, and that's nothing about smells.
I did add some malware code to that. I hope you don't mind.
That's right. You told me you might, and I forgot.
Yeah, I was just thinking of it. I was just like, see if I can. Yeah. Should I do it to one of my own feeds? No, let's try it on that one.
Yeah, I mean, if I had paid more attention. Okay, I found this guy's email about bad smells because I didn't want to leave him in the lurch. This is David, and David says, here we go. Howdy, scent and bouquet.
See what you did there.
Because smells, see? I was listening to the show this afternoon and had to comment on the discussion of bad smells. I worked in a grocery business for over 20 years. Most of that time was fresh produce, and had to tell you that some of the most foul things I've ever smelled have been rotten potatoes. Sorry, that came out wrong. That's a
You're thinking of the website for rating films.
Yeah, that's finding out if your film is rotten or fresh.
Right, exactly.
He says also rotten watermelon. Bad watermelon is horrendous and so comparable to rotting meat that it can be hard to tell them apart.
Ooh.
Think about that next time you take a big juicy bite. Love the show, David.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Really?
I always thought that would be the least offensive of them all because they just become, like you said yesterday, kind of mealy and
mealy, grainy. But I guess we usually don't let it go that far, right? Where once it gets mealy, grainy, we just toss it. But I think if we just let it go even further, it starts smelling like rotten meat.
Yeah, that's gross. That's really gross.
That is totally gross. Not interested. Would thumbs down, and I give that a 1% on rotten potatoes.
Why is there? Maybe there is one. Let's see. Has someone made a rotten potatoes like a parody site?
That'd be great. Yeah.
Rotten potatoes. Hold on.
I'm sure it's an Irish site.
Oh, I think it goes to RottenTomatoes.com.
Oh, really?
I think they may have gotten the URL.
That's brilliant if they got that one.
Yeah, let's see.
Sidian,
nope.
I said that joke right before you typed in the chat room, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah.
Sidian, you're fast, but you're no Brian
faster.
Ibbett.
Well, also there's 7-second delay.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so the point is, don't have a rotten watermelon. And also, I saw a TikTok video, ironically, last night. No relation to this, but I guess it's related. There was a dude with a melon on his counter, and he was concerned, and he said to his wife, "Something smells bad. I don't know what it is, but this melon you got stinks." He's like, "Smell it." And she's like, "It's fine." He goes, "I'm not even touching that melon. Something's wrong." And she's like, "No, it's fine." And he takes out a knife, Brian, and goes, "Look," and goes, shunk with the knife. That thing exploded like a rotting goat head. Just like liquid horror just poured out of it. All over the table and the floor and everything. There was nothing solid about it. And
he was recording this to tell, like, prior to it exploding,
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to record me telling my wife that this melon smells.
Yeah, he picked up the phone. It picked up right when he said, this stinks. This smells real bad.
Yeah.
And then she pulled out the knife and did it. And the only reason I think it must be real and not set up is who would do that to their kitchen? Like,
well,
it's gross. It was so
Airbnb.
Gross. Airbnb.
What time is checkout? 3. Great. Let's do a TikTok video, 2:59.
You've done an Airbnb before, right?
Yeah.
How was that experience? I've never done one.
Oh, it's totally fine.
Yeah?
It's like in every case, this place that we just went to in Glenwood Springs was an Airbnb, and it was fantastic. This like house up on top overlooking all the mountains. I put up photos of the view from this place. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The only ones I've ever done are ones where you get a key from a box, or from maybe you go and pick it up from the owner.
Yeah.
I've never done one where you're just in a different part of the house but use the same entrance as the owner. I don't know how many of those are there like that, but it's been a fine experience. It's like you're staying in somebody's house, and all the ones that have been really good, they've all had like a couple snacks in the fridge, a thing of bottled water. I don't mind it one bit.
Did you ever look at like a stuffed bear and go, I think there's a camera in that thing's eyes, or anything like that?
I do. I'm not going to lie. I do kind of go around and look for things that might be cameras or recording devices. Ever since there was a movie that we just saw that had Allison Brie and The Rental, I think it's called. And it's exactly that. It's like a serial killer that sets up cameras in his Airbnb and then, murders his...
Well, you always hear these horror stories like, oh, we found 5 cameras in the bedroom and they were all pointing right at us the whole time. We didn't know. And then, the law is sent after the owners and whatever. But I always assume that's probably a, low case of whatever.
And whatever. If they want to record me taking a shower or stepping out of the bathtub to hop on the toilet or whatever, good for them. I think the joke's on them when they...
Yeah, but what if they got a camera that does zoom and close-up on you switching out one of your wiener rings that you have for your piercing down there?
Oh, yeah, well, I don't do that in Airbnb. I do that, like, it depends on how long I'm going to be gone, but if I can, I do that in a Taco Bell bathroom.
Yeah, because you got to swap those rings out.
For the sanitary reasons.
Yeah, you can't, speaking of your 10 magical rings, you got to be careful which one you're wearing.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm hearing the commercial pronounces it Shang-Chi and not Shang-Chi, like I've been saying my entire life, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi says it in the trailer or something?
The trailer, yeah. The voice at the end, Shang-Chi, open September 3rd everywhere, or something like that.
Oh,
it's
man.
Like, really?
Now I'm annoyed because I've been doing it wrong my whole life then. Okay, here it is. How to say it properly according to YouTube. Let's find out. Together, Brian and I find out.
Okay.
Here we go. This is one of those fade-in words, and then they tell you.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this fictional superhero from the Marvel comics. He's a master of Kung Fu. How do you say it? Shang-Chi.
Okay, so he confirms.
Yeah.
I don't know why he had to do all that stuff before.
Because there's a time limit. Like, there's a certain amount of time you have to have in a YouTube video for it to come up on...
yeah, you're right.
Search engines or something. I'm sure that's what it is.
That's probably it, yeah. I don't know. Most of them are just like they'll fade in and then you hear a voice go, Shang-Chi, and then it goes away.
Right.
But not today. Right.
Shang-Chi's. The name is Shang-Chi's.
Yeah, that guy was really into it. All right. Let's play a game. Is it Tabooly Feud today? I assume it is. Yeah?
It is Feud today. Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh, I haven't even opened have I opened the server? Oh, I have not opened the server.
That explains
the server is now open. Oh, look at that. You guys are both already logged in and ready to go.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm going to try this buzzer. Yeah, it works. Okay, good.
It works.
Test complete. Dunaway incoming. He's already in there. That's great. That's good news. That means he's here. We're going to get this ready for your phone call because one of you is going to play with one of us. And I didn't have that ready because, why would I? Okay, there it is. Okay,
why
now
would
that's
you?
ready. All right, now we play this music here. It's time for us to play a little bit of the Tabooly Feud. This is where Brian Dunaway joins us, and he's joining us now. Hi, Brian. Good morning.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you guys?
Nice to have you here. We're good.
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Yes. I was just listening to you guys pronounce Sean T.
Yeah, Sean T.
Sean T.
Yeah, Sean T.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You nailed it.
I wouldn't listen to any... I would have turned that YouTube
vampire
video...
movie.
Yeah.
Right. or the exercise videos, I would have turned that off immediately as soon as that guy said the comics.
Yeah.
He said it like that, and I'm like,
He's
no.
the master of the kung fu.
Yeah.
From the comics.
Feels like that guy did not know. That guy really
This
didn't know.
guy
what he
is
was
going to
talking
not get it
about.
right.
Yeah, F that
Yeah.
guy is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. We're going to pull in a listener as well, and we have one on the line right now. Hi, who's this?
It's your favorite electrocuted chicken.
Electrocuted chicken. Wait, that's your name in the chat? Is that true?
No, Guacmar.
Oh, it's Guacmar.
Guacmar.
Hey, Guacmar's going to Vegas. Brian, did you
He
hear?
is, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch out for them zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any extra time though, is what I'm hearing from your message, right? So no
Not-
time to go to
not
Make
really.
Mart.
My
Your kids would
mother-in-law
love it.
comes
Your
with us
kids
and
would
started
totally
paying
love it.
Would they? The kids would love it?
Kids would love it.
Well, look what you look.
Well.
Look at the sacrifices we make so our kids. Can
That's all
have
right.
things.
You're gonna have a great time out there, and don't. Here, you asked me what not to do in Vegas. With your kids, don't stop in the casino as you walk from your hotel room to the outside because security will be like, "You got kids, you can't stop.
Yeah.
You can't stop in here, sir."
He doesn't have a problem.
Yeah, and they'll do it, by the way, with a voice that sounds like they might have you killed. So you have to just keep moving, keep moving, and get your kids the
Yes,
f out
exactly.
of there. Also, I love that Brian is everyone's default for I'm going to Vegas. I need to know what to do. I love that. I love that about you. Do you feel pressure about that? Do you feel
Not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. I'm always happy. Always happy to impart my wisdom.
Yeah.
Nobody ever asks me, "Hey, I'm going to Dayton, Ohio. What should I do?" Even though I've been there too.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Brian, I'm going to Schenectady. Oh, here, nobody ever says that. It's always, "Oh, Brian, I'm going to Vegas."
Yeah, well, it's because you and Vegas are like secret lovers. It's impossible not to ask you. You're the expert.
What's so secret about it?
You don't want to know. All right,
So I
well,
can
it's good to have you all here, and we're going to play a game. We're going to try to win Guacmar some prizes, but to do that, Brian has to explain all of this. So, Brian, take
I
it
do.
away.
Welcome to the show. The Tadpooley Feud is the show, is the thing that we're doing here. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict those answers that they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Guacamar, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. And if your team wins, you will get a prize package. That includes Going Under and Panzer Paladin, courtesy of Wesley. A couple Steam games for you.
Ooh, very nice. That sounds good.
Yes.
All right. Well,
all right,
how does
let's
he
give you
pick a
guys your
team?
topic.
I can't remember. It depends on which one of us gets it first, right? Or who gets
Yes,
the highest.
exactly.
Okay.
Whoever gets the higher number,
Right.
or closer to the most common answer.
Yeah.
And then we let the player choose which one,
No,
right?
no. He
Did we do that for like
automatically-
a week?
I thought we did
All
too,
right.
and that's why I'm confused. I think that's what
Oh.
threw me. Maybe
Well,
not.
what we did last
used to
time
reverse
was
often.
because there seemed to be a big advantage because the question was related to Scott more than it was to Brian.
Oh yeah.
That was the buzzwords for TMS or something, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Favorite
That was me.
sound clip.
Was
from
that you?
TMS.
Was that you last time?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Awesome. All right. Well,
Excellent.
a return to
All
glory. Let's see if you can't win this time or again. I guess.
I'll tell you right now. It's funny because there were only 20 usable, not even that, 17 usable answers in this list. 375 people answered. This one had the highest number of people who said pass or
Really?
I don't care or I don't know this subject and etc.
Nice.
Is that of
highest
anything
number
we've
I've
ever
ever seen.
done? Then okay. All right.
Yep. All right, hands-on buzzards. Buzzards.
Yeah, every time. I don't know why you do it,
I
but I
don't know
love
why I
it.
do it either. But I apparently live in a cartoon world. Hands-on buzzers. We asked our tadpoolers to name a character from Seinfeld that isn't Jerry, Elaine, George, or Kramer. Brian Dunaway,
George's dad.
George's dad, Frank Costanza. Show me Frank Costanza.
Oh, number
3
4.
answers will be it. That's our number 4 answer.
Newman.
Show
shit,
me
went with Newman.
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 Number 1,
Yeah.
baby.
More than half of the people who responded to this.
Holy Moses. Do we even need to go any further?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Oh, yes, we do.
We only got 1 point for Newman because it's such
That's
a
true.
gimme.
Yeah, that's true.
Newman!
Yeah, it's a wide open thing here, but that means Guacmar's stuck with me. Guacmar, you all right with
He's
that?
working with Guacmar, yep.
What do you mean stuck with you?
Well, like in a love song kind of way. You're stuck with me. We're gonna.
Yeah, it's
have
funny that
Seinfeld all the
people-
time.
Yeah. Go ahead. Brian.
People, the Tadpool's responses to this were like, some of the ones I saved were, do people that old really listen to TMS?
But you guys, it's like the biggest comedy of the '90s, and we all know it, and so do
Exactly.
you. No, knock it off, you freaking
Exactly.
snapper
Exactly.
whippers.
How long ago was the 90s again?
It was
oh,
a
yeah,
while
30
ago.
years ago.
It was
oh,
a while
my
ago. I know it was a long time ago, but it doesn't matter. It's like saying, I don't know. It's like saying Star Wars. How did you ever see Star Wars? A New Hope. That's
Star
so
Wars,
old.
that was 50 years ago. People that old, people watched that movie like 50 years old.
You watched The Wizard of Oz? 100 years old this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
See?
There you go.
See,
All
our
right.
point is proven. All right.
All right, Scott, we got a bunch of answers on the board. Name a character from Seinfeld that isn't one of the big four.
Okay. So Guacmar, we'll do this together here. My gut tells me that what name did I just have? And I lost it.
I would say my favorite's always been the Soup Nazi.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yes.
good one. That's a good one.
No
he's a,
soup for you.
That's a late season or mid-season or mid-last season episode of that show, but everyone always thinks
was it
it's
really?
earlier. Yeah, it's old.
God, I always thought that was a lot earlier.
No, late one. Very late. Anyway, let's go with the Soup Nazi.
All right. Show me Soup Nazi. Number 2 answer on the board.
Okay, so we got number 2. Well done there, Guacmar. Let's see. Oh man, I hesitate to put. There's some characters I love on that show that are completely ancillary, like not related to anybody. But
Right, but
Brian,
are
you
they
said
ones
not
people
Jerry,
think of?
right?
you're right. No, it's everybody who's not Jerry, not Elaine, not Kramer, and not George. So anybody else.
George.
So we could,
Putty.
go low hanging fruit here or high hanging fruit and say, well, Jerry's mother, but I don't know if that's a good one
How
or
about
not.
Putty?
Putty! Gosh dang
Oh,
it!
Putty's a great. I didn't even think of Putty.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, he's gonna win this for us. All right, Putty.
Show me Dr. the 8-Ball.
Look at that.
Number 3 answer on the board, David Putty.
Yeah, it's
The great Patrick Warburton.
Hey, Peter. Hey, yeah, I used to do pretty good.
That's a typo. You're talking about the
Yeah, it's a typo.
the Incinerator 3000? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a typo.
Putty has a
It's a
David
typo.
Putty.
I love
Never
Putty.
mind.
All right, that's good. Now we're in the groove here. Uncle Leo would be my next pick. Uncle Leo.
Where'd you get that
Leopold.
watch from, I wonder? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hello. I love him.
Hello, Jerry.
He's the
All right,
best.
show me Uncle Leo. Very good. Yeah, number 5 answer on the board. So far, you guys have locked down the top 5.
All right.
By the way, I do have, thanks to Tristan and Father's Day, I have the complete Seinfeld apartment set with all the
Lego?
characters. No, it's not. It looks just like the Lego one, though, right? It's that same. It's the apartment is a little set,
Yeah.
but Funko Pop also made one, and it's not the typical looking Funko Pops.
Oh, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Funko general, but I like Funko offshoot. Some of that
The
stuff's pretty
Funko
good.
offshoots are great, yeah,
Yeah.
and so I've got it. It's over in the other part of the basement, but I use it. I put my my Marvel minis in there when I take pictures of them to put on the Marvel Mini Discord. It's like, all right, here's Mysterio
Yeah.
in Jerry's apartment.
Let me just express my shock that Brian belongs to the Marvel Minis Discord.
It's the Marvel United Discord, and it's been great for like tips on how to paint these things.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm shocked by this information. This brand
Yes.
news. This breaking news. All right.
I will defend that to my dying day.
No,
It's
nothing
been-
wong
it's
with
been
it. No,
Instrumental in painting. yes.
Zero criticism. It's just of course you belong to that group. All right. Let's see. Guacmar, does anything else leap at you like a frog in the night?
Well, you have to wonder exactly what did the Tadpool decide would be the lowest number on that list.
Yeah, right. I
Mm,
agree.
right.
I
What
mean,
about Peterman?
oh yeah, Jay Peterman, dude. Yeah,
Perfect.
That's it. Man, Guacmar's gonna run away with this. Jay Peterman
he is.
is our answer.
Killing me.
All right. Show me Jay Peterman.
Nice.
Urban sombrero.
Well, it's going down the list.
Number 6. I know you guys are. It's you're picking them just about in the order of popularity.
Elaine, you're fired. All right, let's do. How about Mr. Pitt? So while we're dealing with Elaine's bosses, they're always my favorite. How do you like Mr. Pitt?
Sure.
Okay, let's do Mr. Pitt with his socks and everything.
Show me Mr. Pitt.
Oh, good.
Number 9.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, now we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm mathematically eliminated at this point.
Are you? 22
26
points.
to 4, maybe. Tie, maybe.
Can you get 22? Yes, you still can. You could still get 25 points if Scott. If you get the last 3. If Scott and
we'd have to
Guacamole
really
don't.
F this up. All right, Guacamole, you've been the ringer here. Do you have one?
Morty.
Morty
Very
Seinfeld.
bad.
Morty!
All right, let's do Morty. By the way, fun trivia, Morty was played by 2 actors. Early on, different dude, and then later was permanently played by the guy, I forgot his name. Same with George's dad. There was not, Frank Costanza was not originally...
Jerry Stiller?
Jerry Stiller.
Yeah, Jerry Stiller.
It was not Jerry Stiller. It was this other little bald guy with glasses, and then they changed him. The
wow.
wives, the mothers were the same the entire time, but the dads
I
changed.
didn't remember the other Frank Costanza. Yeah. All right, show me. I forgot who you even said. Show me. Mort Seinfeld.
Yeah,
show me
Morty.
Mort Seinfeld.
Oh, wow.
Mort Seinfeld, number 11 on the list. So close.
Oh man. No,
It's
it's in JC Calhoun. It's in the reruns on when it was on Hulu. It's currently between things, but that guy, he's still in those reruns. He's still on the thing. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Okay. Chat room, they distract me.
Right.
That's what they do. It's their job. Damn distracting bunch of freaks.
Job. They're damn distracting bunch of
freak
anyway,
shows.
Brian,
it's your turn.
3 answers left on the board.
Yeah.
How about George's dead fiancée who licked all the envelopes and died from the cheap envelopes? Susan.
Susan, yeah.
Susan. All right, show me Susan.
Oh,
number 8.
Wow. I didn't expect that.
I didn't either, because
not a Star Trek fan, but yet still has the. I guess it was that George said the Star Trek quote from Wrath of Khan at her funeral.
Right, yeah.
That's right.
That was a good moment. Yeah, George and Susan, what a mess. Dude, that show's so great. I know there are people out there that don't understand, but it's an important show.
Yeah, the most infinitely quotable television show of all time.
I agree. All right.
All right,
Brian,
2 more answers.
Yep, it's yours.
Brian,
to
you got a
lose.
chance to steal these prizes away from Guacamole.
But
Once
they're
again.
so hard. There's nothing left. There's nothing left.
There's a couple left.
Nah. Yeah, I mean there are, but I mean if Morty wasn't on there, then what chance?
Right.
Does okay?
Are these,
I was going to say one.
Well,
let
me just ask Brian a
George's
question. It may help you if I ask him this. Are these one-offs count, or
I'm sure just anybody, just ancillary, right?
Or do they have to be regular?
Soup Nazi only appeared in 1 episode.
Well, 3 actually. He was in the finale 2-parter.
Oh, right, he was in the finale. Yeah. Well,
yeah. But technically
3 though. What was the 3rd episode?
No, it was the finale was 2-parter, and he showed up in both.
Oh, gotcha.
Parts,
okay,
yeah.
yes.
The problem is some of these characters I don't know their names. I'm trying to remember. Miss Costanza. Miss Costanza's mom.
All right, you're thinking Estelle Costanza.
Estelle, that's it. You nailed it.
All right, show me Estelle Costanza.
She was one of my favorites, though.
Yeah.
She was hilarious.
I love her.
She was not even mentioned by the Tadpole.
Oh my gosh!
In their list of 18 or 17 people.
Anybody
actually
who
16.
Anybody who can go toe to toe with Jerry Stiller with anger.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Or Stiller, but
Stiller. What'd I say?
Steeler, but it's okay.
Why don't you go to YouTube and look it up?
I tried to pronounce it again.
Here's the thing, Estelle.
We are looking at the pronunciation of the character played.
She's in that limited rarefied air of actors who are in Seinfeld and also in Pixar movies. So it's her and Newman, and that's it.
Her and Rickles as the potato head
couple. But Newman's the other one,
That's
and
right.
he's in what, 2, I guess. Yeah, Newman was the toy barn guy
Oh, I got one.
Right.
with the Cheetos on
Of
him.
course.
Oh, you already
Too
got it
late for
wrong.
you.
It's my turn.
Wait for
Bastard.
you.
Yeah.
Let's do. Hey, Guacmar, how do you feel about Banya? Go, Jerry, go.
Oh.
That guy.
Like Ovaltine.
Yeah, like the Ovaltine.
Call it Roundtine.
Yeah. What do they call a Roundtine? It's gold, Jerry.
Soup
go.
is not a meal.
It's not a meal, Jerry. It's not a meal. This is the meal. All right, let's do it. Let's do Banya.
That's all right. Kenny Banya, show me. Kenny Banya.
Please. Damn it.
Number 12 on the list. So,
Gosh dang it.
Gosh,
yep,
dang it.
all right. Back to Brian. 2 answers left, and your chance still to take this one.
Giving you every opportunity here to win.
Every opportunity. How about Steinbrenner? In voice
Good one.
only. But
That's
I loved
right.
him.
Yeah, voiced
Right,
by
the great Larry
Get out of
David.
here. Larry David, there you go.
Yeah, doing his one. Hey, George. All right, show me George Steinbrenner.
Oh,
Number
man.
7 answer on the list.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
Comes down to one answer. One answer left on the board.
My God. Well, I've failed it. We've already seen 2 parents fail through, so there's no sense in saying Jerry's mom. Who else
Fun
is there?
side note.
And we said Banyan, and I mean,
Well, here's a fun side note. The mom, Susan's mother, very briefly, but a few episodes.
Oh, yeah.
She was played by the lady in Wrapped in Plastic.
Yes, it was from Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Laura Palmer's mom.
Laura
right.
Palmer's mom. Yep. And the dad was played by Dharma and Greg's dad,
Oh, really?
or Dharma's dad, I guess I should say, who is also in a movie I'm going to recommend today. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I got trivia.
Wow,
all over
you're
the
just
place.
looking up all sorts of things online while we're playing.
This
Family
is
Feud.
all from my head, man. This is all from my sweet, sweet memory. All right, go ahead, Brian. Your turn. Let's see you pull this off.
I'm gonna go with everybody's favorite, the Moors. I'm going with the Bubble Boy. The Bubble Boy.
The Bubble Boy.
The Bubble
Morse,
Boy.
The Moops. I'm sorry, it's the
The card
Moops.
says Moops.
I'm
card
sorry,
says
the card
Moop.
says Moops.
Let's see. Show me the card says Moops.
Oh,
the
too
card
obscure.
says strike 2.
Okay, now can I guess? Even though, oh no, it's still our turn.
Okay, you still
You got one, you got
actually-
one, you got
actually
one more.
can
No,
guess.
you're right. You're right. Guacmar, let me ask you a question. So, oh dang it! Now it just slipped my brain. The dentist, Dr. Watley. He's played by.
Is it Dr. Watley?
That's who I
Wow.
was about to suggest.
Oh, were you good? Okay, so Walter White played him. The actor, I can't think of his name.
Bryan
also.
Cranston.
Bryan
Oh,
Cranston.
that's right.
So Dr. Watley's
He was in
pretty
Power Rangers.
great. He had all kinds of fun side stories.
Yes.
Love that guy. So let's go with Dr. Watley.
I woke up and my pants were unbuttoned. Show me Dr. Tim Watley, no relation to the character that Matt Damon plays on The Martian.
Oh,
Look at that!
The board is clear.
Oh my God.
Guacmar's
No,
nearly
I
perfect.
couldn't think of Kramer's small friend. I couldn't think of his character.
Oh, he's great.
I was going to use it.
You could say it.
what is
Brian would
his
have
name?
probably given it to you. His name was.
I would have, yeah, if that was on here, I would have given
Was
it to you.
Jackie Childs anywhere on there? On the list?
Jackie Childs didn't make the list.
Jackie
I'll tell you everybody else.
Childs.
Poppy.
Oh,
Two people-
Poppy.
Two people said Superman.
All right.
Superman?
Dolores / Mulva.
Yeah, Malva.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Drake.
Malva was played by. Speaking of Breaking Bad, that's Skylar, isn't it? Isn't that her?
No. Anna Gunn was the woman who didn't wear a bra.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said
the
Drake, like,
the Drake. You know, the Drake. Everybody loves the Drake.
Everyone loves the Drake. We love the
Who
Drake.
doesn't love the Drake? The Festivus poll got 1 vote.
Oh,
Somebody
man.
named Wyatt, and I don't remember a Wyatt.
I don't either.
Wyatt.
And finally, somebody put in the "you can eat rice" guy.
You can eat the rice.
Wait a minute. Who's the you can eat rice guy?
I'm guessing somebody is conflating the soup Nazi with your boss
right.
from
Yeah, the
or your
Syrian-
friend's boss from the Chinese
Yeah,
restaurant.
they must be. I don't know what
What
that
about-
would be.
And nobody mentioned Jimmy.
Nobody mentioned Jimmy. Jimmy's been watching you. Yeah, no, nobody mentioned
Jimmy was hoping to
Jimmy.
get mentioned. Nobody
Oh,
mentioned
Claire,
Jimmy.
so many people said stuff like, I don't know. I don't watch that show. Never got into it. It's like, okay, spare us the commentary in the survey for Tadpooley feud, please.
Yeah, please. If you don't, we don't care. Go away. All right. So here's the deal. This means that Guacmar is this time a winner, and I got to play this.
That was close call too.
It was a super close call, and I think the proof in the pudding here was letting Guacmar do a lot of those answers. I think I would have effed us up today.
Guacmar killed us all.
Yeah, you did it, man. It was all you. How do you feel about your win? How do you feel?
Full disclosure, I actually don't watch Seinfeld.
Nice.
But that speaks to the power of the cultural impact of Seinfeld, because even though you don't actively watch it, you know this stuff, and that's what matters, man. The mark was made. All right, Guacmar, send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com. He'll get you your prizes. Congratulations. Have fun in Vegas, and don't do anything we wouldn't do, which is, I don't know.
There's very little I wouldn't do.
For me, it's a lot. I don't even drink, so there's a lot I don't do in Vegas.
Don't do anything Scott wouldn't do, and you'll probably not have a hangover. You'll wake up just fine. You'll experience a lot more of Vegas.
Yeah, you'll feel better. And you'll know
Vegas
better.
sober. I don't know.
Maybe you won't experience as much of Vegas, but you'll remember a lot more of it.
Yeah. And a few quarters and a few things, that's fine. Whatever. Just, but if you're going to sit down and lose $400, that's on you.
There's going to be a Mad Max Fury Road machine before too long, if there isn't already.
Probably is one, right? I hope.
There has to be Do they have a pinball machine for that? I would love to play a pinball machine.
Oh, I'm surprised. I haven't seen any Mad Max pinball machines. And at the Pinball Hall of Fame there in Vegas, you'd think if there was one, it would exist.
Right. Favorite one, Elvira. We used to have it in the rec area for the tech college I went to get my first 2 years of college in. Did you guys play the Elvira one?
Nope.
Pinball?
Nope. I just remember. I remember the machine because she.
I did play the Elvira pinball machine. Yes.
I just remember boobs, but.
Sorry, I did find a Mad Max Fury Road slot machine.
Yeah,
nice.
One? Okay.
Just be aware that Elvira pinball machine I'm referring to, it was way out of date when I was playing it.
Yeah. Well, it has it has the boobies on there.
It has the boobies.
Boobies.
I'm looking
That's
at
where
some
pinballs go to die.
There is a Mad Max Fury Road do-it-yourself DIY kind of pinball, like a schematic, so people can. There's some concepts that people can build their homebrew out of or whatever, but there's not like an official one, which is a bummer, because that would be a great pinball machine. I agree. It'd be a great everything. We all know it's the greatest film.
Sure, we all know it.
2015 and maybe the last.
Yeah, it feels like these one-up arcade pinball machines. Like I've got them again. Surprise! I've got the Marvel one sitting right there.
Yeah.
But it feels like there should be, like your Super Mario Maker level maker. There should be a thing where you can create your own pinball machine, because all it is, it's placing bumpers, it's placing holes, it's placing giving it a backdrop or a floor design. I mean, it seems like it that kind of software should write itself.
I agree. I agree with you. Let's do it ourselves. Let's just stop everything we're doing, and that's what I'll do.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
All right. We'll make a customizable, make your own pinball machine thing.
Well, there's a ripoff called Road King. No thanks. All right, Brian Dunaway, the pleasure truly has been ours, and I'd like to recommend that people check out our latest episode of Boop, and then while you're at it, stick around for the Film Sack show, which this weekend we'll be tackling.
The Film Sack show.
I forgot. What are we doing? What are we seeing? I forgot.
We're
watching the A-Team.
Oh,
That's right, the A-Team. Haven't seen it. I think most of us haven't seen it yet. The movie, that is, people.
Yeah, the
A-Team.
movie. Yeah. Well, in Ibbott's case, he never, not really a show he watched much either. But
nope.
This will be. You've done the one that we did that one time for. Didn't we do something for Film Sack?
We
Like
did.
a live
We watched the one with the alien, right? Where they found an alien or something?
That was
that.
Back
that was
Dukes
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, that was Dukes of Hazzard. It's all bleeding together. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we did or what the A-Team one was.
I remember the face was like stuck in a radio station booth or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something weird, but you at least know enough to now that you'll see this movie and go, "Oh, okay, I get who all these people are."
Right. Was there a montage moment, or how about maybe drugging out Mr. T so they can fly?
Probably.
Oh yes. They totally did drug Mr. T to Mr. T to make him
that
fly.
happen every week.
Yeah, they did that every freaking week.
Oh, did that happen every week? Is
Yeah.
that like the castaways almost getting off the island?
It kind of is, yeah. It was always Mr. T. I ain't getting on no plane, Hannibal. I ain't getting on no plane, he'd say.
Hannibal, I ain't getting on no plane, fool.
Yeah, and then they'd get him on a plane because they'd drug him because he was stupid in the end. All right, well, let's all tune into that. That'll be this weekend on Film Section.
Jokes on them. He had his own cartoon.
Yeah, he did, and he sang to his mom.
And cereal.
Yeah, take care of your mama or whatever he sang.
You know what, Brian? You did such a great job this week with Babel Royale and Feud. Take the next week off. Just take the whole take Monday and Wednesday off.
All
and,
next week?
Yeah, just don't even
what
bother
the
yourself.
crap? What is going? What, are you getting rid of me?
No, he's going to.
No, I'm going to Anaheim. And
He's
I'm
going to
not
be in
gonna
California.
doing Babel Royale Monday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I might there'll be no Battle Royales next week, no matter what. What there will be as far as episodes,
and there'll
we don't
still
know.
be all that stuff.
Yeah, there'll still be plenty of things. We'll let you guys know.
We're still doing Boop with Ibit out of the country?
Hell yeah. Out of the country. Yeah, Anaheim, way out of the country.
Yes. Well, I'll be in those fictional places: Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland.
Yeah, those are offshore, I guess, in some weird, strange
sure.
way. Brian Dunaway, have a wonderful day, week, time. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
You.
It sounds like he said F you.
It does.
He didn't, but he sounded like it, which is pretty funny. All right. Where are we now? We got some news. We can do one story.
Do we have
Let's
time
do
for
it.
news?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do one. That's time for the news, and it's brought to you by.
Brought to you by nothing. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. No, actually brought to you by the what is it called? I need to remember these. The Spire credits, which is a gift card that you can buy at Disneyland that you load up with Disney money. So basically you get a card, you load up with money. It's like basically any other place where you get a card, but this one is metal and looks like Star Wars space credits. So that's what I'm going to do and spend only that.
That's amazing.
And then you keep the metal card. It's like the cheapest souvenir of Star Wars you can get at Disneyland.
Totally. You're getting that You're getting that lightsaber though, right?
I'm doing the lightsaber experience. Yeah, I'm doing the Oga's lightsaber or Og's or whoever's lightsaber build your own saber experience.
You doing the blue milk or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Although Nicole spoiled it and told me what it is.
Oh, what is it? Should I know?
I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. That way, when you go there, you can find out what it is.
All right. Well, she told you what it is.
Yes.
And it must be something common, like a thing that you'll be like, oh, that's what that is, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Exactly. So it's like, oh, all right, well, cool. I'll still do it. I'll still get the blue milk, but
damn you, Nicole!
There's no dairy in there whatsoever. I joked around with her. I'm not at all upset. I joked around with her. Said, "Oh, spoiler alert!" when she told me what it was.
It came out of one of those weird-looking animals in the second JJ movie or the second
That's
JJ
right.
verse movie.
But
yeah.
man, the photos I've seen of the inside of there's a cantina there.
Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, looks like you're walking into Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Well, I'm excited to hear
Exactly.
your review of the place. All right, quick news here. Good news for VR users, specifically if you're an Oculus owner. Your Facebook account might get hacked if it ever does. And if you want to get help getting it fixed, it'll help if you have a VR headset. They put you first in line. It's a little bit weird.
Great.
Preferential
Thanks,
treatment.
Facebook.
Yeah, preferential treatment for $300. Angela McNamara's first hint that her Facebook account had been hacked and an early morning email warning that someone was trying to log into her account. If this is not you, don't worry. We're keeping your account safe, said the email from Facebook. I've had those before. But her relief only lasted a minute when another email arrived saying her password had been changed and another notifying her that two-factor authentication had been set up for her account. She didn't do any of this, of course. Then from there, I'm just like, okay, it's gone, she says. She lives outside of Toronto, they point out here. She tried Facebook's automated process to recover her account, getting a backup code, resetting her password, but nothing worked. This has been happening to a lot of people lately who've been frustrated with the experience of the site. In July, NPR received 19 emails from listeners complaining their Facebook accounts have been hacked or disabled. People share similar tales of woe on Reddit forums and Twitter every day. But someone became aware that if you own an Oculus Rift, or if you buy one right then, while you're getting support, they will bump you up in priority and take care of you faster than anybody else. I don't know how to feel about this because Facebook's a free thing and who cares and whatever. And, Like they don't owe you anything, but still, it's weird.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not like they're looking saying, oh, they just bought Oculus. Oh, let's help them first. It's probably the fact that moves them to it makes them almost look like a new Facebook customer, and so or moves them, or maybe Oculus support is a shorter wait time than Facebook support.
Oh, maybe that might be what it comes down to.
That's probably more likely.
But I mean, it would make sense you'd give priority to a paid customer who owns a thing that is having a problem. So if that's how it wraps around, and they don't get into those details because Facebook hasn't commented on this, they haven't said.
Right.
But it's a little weird.
It is a little weird. Yeah. It sucks that that's the case.
It does
for
kind
sure,
of suck that that's the case. Unless I don't know. I kind of hate Facebook, so I don't know. If I ever got kicked out, like if I ever got hacked and was like, sorry, your account's gone, I think I'd probably go, all right. I don't know. Like, what am I going to do? All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back from this break, Tom Merritt will join us with a little bit of tech news. We'll have Nicole with recommendals and a whole bunch more. So stick around. Brian will now tell us about this song. What do you got?
Darn right. We're going to Switzerland for this one. This is a rock band that's based in Switzerland that is all about guitars because they love guitars. This is they don't mention Foo Fighters in this list, but if they are not influenced by Dave Grohl and company, I'd be amazed. This is the band Stampf, Stampf. They've members have played in bands like Mudslick, Sandemus, and QL, and the latter of which won several gold and platinum awards in Switzerland for rock music. So they've got the chops, and this one will prove it. Here's the brand new song. It's the single from Stampf, Stampf, Lost and Found.
I'm afraid you'll have to build up more than your tail if you want to be a super gleek.
I train in my car. I'm a ninja.
You taste like a burger. I don't like you anymore. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Someone in the chat pointed out that because you are now required to have a Facebook account to even use your Oculus, that automatically makes your security risks higher, because without your account, you can no longer use your Rift, and therefore your Rift or your Go or your whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
So I think that might be true. Brian, sorry, that song again is
Lost and Found by the band from Switzerland known as Stampf, Stampf.
Nice. It's probably a story we could talk to Tom about, but instead we'll bring him in and see what he's got going on. Let me play this first.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt. And Tom Merritt, do you know anything about this weird business with the Oculus?
Yeah, I've been sitting here shouting at my screen for the past the person in the chat room, I think, hit the nail on the head. The fact that they now require a Facebook account to log into Oculus is part of why they're prioritizing that, because it's not just, oh, I can't share pictures with my friends and use Facebook. It's, I can't spend money in the Oculus store and use the device that I spent $299 on, because Facebook sells those at a loss.
Right.
And they need you to be in there buying games to make money off of them. So,
gotcha.
That makes sense.
So they would definitely prioritize support. Ibit, you're probably not wrong. Another part of it may be that the support line is a little shorter on the Oculus side. I'm not sure how they handle that, but that's a fairly good guess, because it's usually a combination of stuff when they do things like that.
Yeah, it's never as simple as Facebook's giving preferential treatment.
That's right. Oh, buy an Oculus, get moved up the line.
That's the thing I try not to do, is sit here like, well, obviously what they're doing is saying we love Oculus users more because we make money off them.
Yeah. We don't want to be
Thank
part
you for
of the
buying
problem.
the Facebook support Fast Pass. You are now fourth in line.
Yep.
Exactly.
We don't want to be part of the problem, damn it. We're trying to make the world better. All right. Hey, Tom Merritt, good to have you here and talking tech this morning, because you're always busy on a Wednesday morning looking for the tech news and what stuff we're going to hit today. So what are we doing? What are we covering?
Speaking of selling at a loss, Sony had their earnings report out. The overall of the earnings was that they made good money off of music. The music section, Sony Music Entertainment, because physical media sales, along with strong streaming, carried them. they're starting to see the return of Sony Pictures revenue, although the lack of theatrical releases, interestingly, is depressing the home entertainment revenue now because they don't have the movies to sell you and rent you because they never released them. But gaming was mixed. Hardware and peripheral sales rose, PS5 selling well, but revenue and especially profit fell, partly because they sell the PS5 at a loss. Also, there was not as much revenue from non-first party gaming. So the good news for Sony is that they are no longer selling the PlayStation 5 at a loss. They have now they now say that $499 PS5 makes them money. Probably doesn't churn in a ton, but at least they're not losing money off of it, which is faster than the PS4 and a lot faster than PS3. PS3 took more than a year to turn around because, you know, generally hardware prices fall over time as they reach scale and things like that. The PS5 digital edition, the $399 one, is still sold at a loss, but they think it's offset by accessory sales. And interestingly, sales of the PS4. They sold 500,000 PS4s in the last quarter.
Yeah, surprisingly. Well, they know this because they've been doing it a long time, but there's a pretty long tail on the last gen console, that, especially in Sony's case. They always do pretty well in the long run. But
it's like a rat.
Yeah, but I would say the only, I mean, the traditionally the only console company or, you know, in that space that makes money on the hardware, like on day one, usually is Nintendo. They're like the only ones that do it, and they do that by cutting a bunch of corners. There's a lot of plastic involved. It's not usually the cutting edge. It's somewhere in the middle. Or on the even
they
on the
sell
low
on
end.
the IP, not on the specs.
Exactly, and so that way they can sell hardware at a profit, the games at a profit. They're profitable from day one, even when they falter, like with the Wii U, they still made money out the gate. Like when you bought one, you know they made a profit on the one you bought. But Sony and Microsoft tend to do loss leadership, and it works for them. And you know
Microsoft's still losing money off the Xbox Series X right now, and will for the foreseeable future. But again, they're fine with that because they think they're going to make it up with subscription sales. That's the other thing. PlayStation Network has got 104 million monthly active users now, and they spend an average of $37 a quarter. So that's continual revenue. You sell the box once, but you keep making that money off.
Yeah, that's where everybody really wants to be. That's interesting what you said about third-party revenue dropping. Sony known for its first-party bangers, but not always. That's not necessarily true. But this particular generation, that is still going to be their biggest strength. But there's a lot of question about third-party and whether people will just settle for subscription services like Game Pass and others, or if they will even bother getting the third-party over there, because over there it's going to be your full $70, whereas over here it might be part of my $12 a month or whatever. So I wonder. I just don't know how that looks for them in the long run, but it's an interesting twist this time around for them.
Do you know why Sony refers to it as non-first party instead of third party?
I don't know
Is there
why
a second party?
That is weird that they do that. That is weird that they do that.
That's one thing I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, there may be.
I called it non-first party because that's what Sony called it, so I assume there's a reason for that.
There may be a category that you could determine, or you could call second party, which is.
Are there Sony like sub studios, like studios that are under the Sony umbrella, but maybe are a separate company and could be?
Well, like,
I don't know.
So, for example,
I'd still call that third party.
I would, but if you like, they backed Hideo Kojima's game. I forgot the name all of a sudden. The last game, that weird one with Norman Reedus in it. Anyway.
Oh yes, right. Yes.
Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
They were the big financial backbone of making that happen, and then also making that happen as an exclusive to PlayStation and PC, but PlayStation for consoles. So you could call that second party, maybe. You know, like that's them funding it and pushing it and making it happen, but not really their studio. So I don't know how those are categorized, but it is weird that they say
a second party game is a developer that works within a game developer.
Weird.
Game Freak's developing a Nintendo console exclusively directly with Nintendo is second party.
That's second party. Okay, well, this probably works then.
Similar.
I'd say Death Stranding is second party, but my guess is they say non-first party because that also helps highlight how strong their first party is. That's their way of saying.
Yeah, maybe there might be a little bit of spin to it
because that's their thing.
But it does make it clear that revenue from our stuff is fine. First party revenue was great.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is the problem.
Yeah,
It ain't us. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, interesting. I'm very, I don't know, very curious. As this generation continues to chug forward, it's gonna just become more and more fascinating as these services hit critical mass potentially, and a lot of wild cards right now, and I love it. I love following it. It's so much fun. If you like following this kind of stuff, then the Daily Tech News Show is probably for you. We'll probably talk about this and many other things coming up today at 2:30. Tom, you got other stuff going on. I hear your audiobook is out.
Yes, and thank you for the art. Great Scott Johnson art as the cover art. The audiobook is called Project Vera. You can get it at tomsnewbook.com. It is acted by 4 folks, most of the voicing done by Joanna Gaskell and Kareem Kronfli. There's also some stuff from John M. and Dave Robeson in there. But it's about a woman named Vera who's an analyst in New York and is suddenly approached by a secret kingdom that has claims that it's been influencing the world's events to keep the world safe for centuries. And her brother is the problem. So they need her help to figure out how to remove him from the world's equation. If that sounds like a fun adventure to you and you got 4 hours or so to spare, go check it out at tomsnewbook.com.
Awesome. Tom Merritt, everybody. I'll see you today at 2:30 Mountain Time. You guys should all see us too. Tom Merritt, Ace Detect on Twitter. We'll see you soon.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Well, I meant to ask him if he's going to make it out to Orange County next week. Probably not. I know that's what do we figure out? It's a 12-mile, 3-hour drive.
Yeah. The traffic, I don't think it's known for its easy access, but
yeah.
I also know he loves a good hangout at Disneyland, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him.
Maybe. Be great to see him.
Yeah. Let's Nicole this up here. I got this right here.
Yeah.
Nicole Spagnolo joining us as she does every week for Recommendals. Nicole, welcome back. How are you?
Hi. Why do you have an elderly Emma Thompson in the chat?
Oh, that's from a conversation we had yesterday.
That's a current Emma Thompson.
She looks good with her white hair.
Well,
she does.
What, 65?
Very Annie Lennox. There's a little bit of an Annie Lennox thing going on there.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for white.
You want white? You don't want the gray. You want white. Yeah, white's cool. Look, I don't know if you've seen Johnny Knoxville lately. He's got the white going.
Oh, it looks great.
Have you seen Fred Durst? Have you seen Fred Durst?
Yeah, what happened there? What's going on with Fred Durst?
I think it's a wig.
Okay, it better be, because what the hell's going on?
Google Fred Durst. Google Fred Durst.
All right, hold on. You know what, Brian?
Doesn't even look like him.
It's like he's a different human being.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I know. Someone posted this in the Tadpool, and I was like, is that him? Who is that?
You know what? It's not a wig. I just found there's a thing where it's
so he shaved his head when he was in the 90s?
Like the porn stash. Yeah.
I mean, he's got... That just doesn't look like Fred Durst anymore.
I hear he just keeps rolling.
When you do it all for the nookie, you look like this later.
Yeah, that's right.
Really weird. If you don't know what Fred Durst looked like before, go look at Fred Durst before, and then you'll know. Because
baseball hats, shaved head,
beardy chin beard thing going on.
He's rolling. All right.
I'm sorry. I used to jam out to some Limp Bizkit.
You like some Limp Bizkit, do you?
I did.
You can have all of mine.
You can have my full Limp Bizkit collection.
You're welcome to my share.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Nicole's here. We're going to do Recommendals, guys. This is where we talk about Recommendals and that stuff we've seen on streaming services, and then we bring to you. And we start traditionally with Brian. So, Brian, what do you got here?
Cool. I've got a movie and a series. Let's start with the movie. This is a movie that we started to see trailers for in theaters before the pandemic hit. And Tina and I said, we might watch that. And then when it came out on streaming, we're like, all right, let's watch it, because we were kind of interested in it. And it is exactly what we thought it was. All right, you can roll the clip.
All right, here we go.
He stabbed me with this weird old-looking dagger, but when he stabbed me, we both got hurt.
What do you mean?
Standing in pain is kind of rad.
Millie, focus.
Sorry? What?
You both got hurt?
Oh, yeah. So when he stabbed me, he instantly got a wound too, but in the exact same spot, the left shoulder. And then late last night, I kept hearing the dagger's name like this weird, like whispering in my head, Ladola, Ladola. I think the Dola caused this. This is like 3 gallons of pee. This guy's bladder is huge.
Is everything huge?
Joshua,
Well, you know this is the boys' room, right?
she's got a dick in her hand and you're wearing Chanel No. 5. Think we're past labels.
This is ridiculous. You guys got to see this. This is like a floppy anteater.
This it?
Yes, that's it. That's the dagger.
No idea.
This is freaky. I
That
was
is
like
freaky.
so close to watching this. But then I finished the show that I'm glad you recommended this because
and this is one I said in text to you. One of my recommendals is kind of right up your alley. This is a slasher comedy film. It's a play on Freaky Friday or any of those body switch movies like 21 Again or like Father Like Son or all those that seem to come at the same
What was
time.
the one with Kirk Cameron and Dudley Moore?
Oh, I don't know. Like Father, Like Son.
That was like Father Like Son.
Okay,
There was another one that had Fred Savage was the one I was trying to remember.
Oh,
And
Vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
versa?
It's all
Oh,
Freaky
yeah,
Friday
yeah.
stuff, right? The Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's all
template.
Freaky Friday. It's all body switch comedy.
Sure.
This one takes it to a different level because one of the people that gets their body switched is a serial killer played by Vince Vaughn, and he switches places with a high school teenager, not really cheerleader, high school mascot, and so now she looks like this serial killer, and he looks like this serial killer looks like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl. I'll tell you, it's exactly what you think it would be. There's no part of this that is any sort of like, oh my God, it was so much better than I thought it was going to be. No, it's exactly as good as you think it's going to be. It feels, it is Blumhouse, so it feels very Blumhouse. So there's a lot of additional gross out that is kind of cheeseball looking gross out. It's really a lot about different ways to comically kill people. Alan Ruck, Cameron from Ferris Bueller, and
I love
the
Alan Ruck.
eldest son on Succession is in this, and he's great.
I think
Catherine
I'm gonna wait
Newton.
closer to Halloween to watch this.
There you go, perfect. Yeah. Catherine Newton plays the girl. She was on Big Little Lies. She was on Gary Unmarried. I don't know what that is. A CBS comedy, a sitcom, but Allie Pressman in the Netflix series The Society, Supernatural, she was in *Halt and Catch Fire*. Anyway,
This is HBO, right?
Oh,
this is on HBO Max.
sorry. Gary Unmarried was that Jay Moore deal. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
I
forgot.
remember that.
I forgot about that.
It was
Yeah.
not good. It was kind of bad.
I Am Sci-Fi really likes this. He says Freaky is excellent. They're planning a crossover movie with Happy Death Day. If that's the case, then that elevates this for me because I do like Happy Death Day and having it all take place in the same Bloomiverse. I'm going to coin that phrase right now. The Bloomiverse.
The Bloomiverse. The
would be
Bloomverse.
great.
Yeah.
Bloomiverse. But so this is it's good. It's good entertainment. It's there's some cheesy moments, just like you'd kind of expect from something like this. But all in all, Vince Vaughn does a great job. Haven't seen him in anything in a while, so it's good to see. Good to see him. Again, streaming on HBO Max.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will. Oh, mine's Max today as well.
Oh, cool.
All right. Excellent. Number 2 here. What do you got?
My second one is a series, and I was amazed that I was able to beat Nicole to this recommendal because I thought that she would recommend this before I did.
It better not be mine today.
What if
It
it's
definitely
today?
won't be. Definitely won't be.
Okay.
All right.
You already know what it is because I told you. We talked about it in text. But
I don't remember anything.
all right, this is a brand new series. It'll be quite obvious. You'll be listening to the voice of Paget Brewster, by the way.
Well, here it is then.
Punky Brewster, what?
Wow, Punky.
But this story begins on Disneyland's second day. Because on that day, a special young boy attended the park for the first time of many. And that boy was George Lucas.
I was there the second day it opened.
In fact, there he is right there. Probably, maybe, who's to say? Now, of course, being the young 10-year-old perfectionist that he wasn't without his criticisms, especially when it came to one area of the park.
Tomorrowland, I thought that was a portion of the park that had always been a little less than what it could have been.
Well, he obviously missed the Tomorrowland world clock.
Which tells you, incidentally, at a glance, the exact time on any spot on the Earth.
So, documentary, yeah?
It is a documentary. This is a new series on Disney Plus called Behind the Attraction. This is it's made by the same guys and is exactly the same formula as the movies that made us, the toys that made us. This is basically the Disneyland attraction that made us. And every episode they take a Disney attraction and then kind of go into the background, the history of it, sometimes giving you some explanation on how it works, but not as much as I would like. I'd love to see, for example, one of them is about Space Mountain.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, what's that?
Hate Space Mountain.
You hate it? Oh my God, it's the best.
I was a kid and my parents forced me to get on it and it was the worst experience of my life. I cried so much.
Oh, so you didn't go back on it this last trip? You didn't go on it?
I'll never go on it.
God. It's the smoothest roller coaster.
No.
The smoothest roller coaster. Did you go on California Screamin'?
No, no.
So you really hate fun is basically what it is.
I hate Space Mountain. We went it was when we were in we went to Disney World.
Yeah.
It was just awful. I hated it.
Yeah.
Oh,
my kids too. They all hated it. My kids hated it. So I feel it.
It's a dark roller coaster. So
I hate it. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it sucks.
Anyway, so
it's great.
One of the things I was kind of hoping
with Space Mountain.
Yeah.
One of the things that I was hoping for with the Space Mountain episode of Behind the Attraction is that they'd kind of show you what it looks like currently with the lights on. I'd love to see what that, because it feels like this big, expansive space, but I'm sure it's like this little tiny room where you're just,
right.
going around. You just can't see because it's in the dark and they have all the projections.
Change on the floor and.
Yeah, there's got to be so much change on the floor.
Yeah.
All right, so here are the rides they've done so far. Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion one, Nicole and I talked about because Mark had watched this and told her about some extra Easter eggs that they've added to the ride, which I'm excited to see. They finally added the Hatbox Ghost, which is...
Yeah, well, they explained why they couldn't add him.
Right.
And it was really kind of... Mark told me all about it. I didn't even have to watch it.
That's cool. Mark was behind the attraction.
Let me ask you this, Brian. Does it ever get into? See, I worry about this stuff because Disney Plus is so careful about their content.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever get into like two couples were murdered inside the Matterhorn?
Not one bit. This is still within the Disney sanitization umbrella.
People die on those rides?
Oh, people die all the time, and there's like an employee got munched by some of the machinery and lost a leg and all those sorts of things. Like there's tons of stories, but I would and there's no way they're going to do that though. Disney Plus is not going to do it.
Yeah, right? People die on the Matterhorn, but they don't die on I don't know if anybody's died on Space Mountain. I'm looking to see. Let's see. Space Mountain. 31-year-old woman became sick.
Yeah. Oh, God. People, there's a lot of vomit down there with that change you guys mentioned.
Yep. And then they accidentally sent her through the ride a second time. She arrived at the unloading zone semi-conscious. The victim was taken to Palm Harbor Hospital where she remained in a coma and died 1 week later.
She died a week later? Jeez.
So it's like, oh, God. I was like, okay, just stay right there, ma'am. Somebody hit the wrong button.
Yeah. So listen to this one. Here's one for you. On September of 2003, a 22-year-old man in California died and several other guests were injured when a locomotive separated from its train along a tunnel of the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride. That's like the big train. Yeah. He bled to death after severing blunt force trauma to the chest.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, stuff happens, and that's why I wonder.
We just stay on the little. We would go to Toontown and do the little roller coaster right there. That's all. That's about all of the roller coaster I do.
So,
too
do they get into because the Matterhorn also has that secret basketball court or whatever? Do they get into that kind of stuff?
There hasn't been an episode on the Matterhorn yet. By the way, did you know 2 people died on It's a Small World?
No.
Shut up.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. One was in a fire.
Not awesome.
Okay, let's stop talking about this.
Okay, yeah. This is gruesome. This is
Players getting upset.
This is the behind the attraction that that you don't want.
This is like
so this is actually this is produced by The Rock. He after doing the Jungle Cruise, he's like, hey, let's do an anthology series on the show about the attractions at Disneyland and Disney World. Star Tours is the one you just heard a clip from. Talks not just about the Star Tours, but also Galaxy's Edge, talks about the background and layout for that. Yeah. Twilight Zone Tower of Terror gets a whole episode, and it does talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy, the incredible reskinning of that ride. That actually is my favorite ride. It is. I know you hate it because it's fun.
No.
I hate drop rides. I'll tell you this. I hate drop rides, but that ride is my favorite one at Disneyland.
Even though it's a drop ride?
Even though it's a drop ride, because it's a different kind of drop ride. It's more of like a rubber band kind of ride. You don't just drop to your doom at the bottom. It goes down and back up and down and back up and I laugh the entire time I'm on that ride. I can't help it.
You're weird.
There's thousands of photos in the Disney gift shop of me with my laughing my head off on that damn ride.
We took the kids on what's the log ride?
Log Flume?
Splash Mountain,
yeah.
It was one of the first rides we went on because it was like a 5-minute wait.
Oh wow! Usually things like an hour. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's really the time because they're not doing fast pass right now.
Yeah.
It's all standby. If you go in the morning, like almost every ride is like 5-minute wait time.
I love it.
And then it gets longer as the day goes on. And then around 4 or 5 o'clock, they go back down to like 5 minutes. We got on Pirates of the Caribbean like instantly. But anyway, Splash Mountain. I didn't remember that one.
That final drop.
Oh yeah, it'll get
the picture is hilarious. I put it up on my Instagram. If you look for my series of pictures from Disneyland where I'm looking at the porg, whatever, it's like one of the last ones.
Oh, I gotta go find that.
But Mateo had a blast and he begged to go on it every single time. He wanted to do it again, and Mark got completely soaked.
Yeah.
and then we had to walk around wet.
Yeah, no. When I was there in 2017 or whatever, I got so wet my phone stopped working for a while. It sucked.
Oh man.
Oh really?
That ride will drench you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good when it's hot.
Remember that.
If you're really hot, it's great. But if it's like a normal like a November trip, you're kind of cold the rest of the day. That
it's not. And jeans, boy, if you wear jeans, you're gonna be soaked until lunch.
Yeah, you're gonna weigh like an extra 30 pounds too when your jeans are wet.
Anybody wants to see some of the pictures that I took at Disneyland? There they are.
There's the porg one. I love that. That one's great.
That's great.
They're about to look at Mark in the log flume.
All right, I've got to find. I'm going to get to your Instagram after the show here and go look for the other one.
Yeah, this is great. Well, all right, cool. So you'd recommend it then. You're a fan of Disney anyway, but you would.
I'm a fan of Disney, but I still find this stuff really interesting, like the genesis of the rides, how they come up with the stuff they do. Danny Elfman, was involved with one of the haunted mansions in Paris. I think he was involved with the Paris or the Hong Kong one, doing the music for it, because each of the ones in different countries has a different kind of backstory to it. And Twilight Zone doesn't make any sense in Japan. They've never heard of the show, so they had to invent a completely different story for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Japan.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It's fascinating stuff. It's called Behind the Attraction. It's on Disney Plus. Each episode's 30 minutes, and I think they're 30 minutes. Maybe they're an hour long, actually. Now I think about it.
And if you all want the all the deaths and stuff, that's just the internet. Go look on there.
Yeah. Look, there's a whole Wikipedia page on list of incidents at the Disneyland Resort, and it's gruesome.
Yeah. If you want stories about Walt Disney's, mummified corpse, or if he's in a cryogenic sleep in some pod somewhere, like those stories are also on the internet. So go find those.
I wonder which. I'm going to see which ride actually has the most deaths. Do we want to take a guess while I'm looking?
I'm going to guess. For some reason, Matterhorn's always in my head. So I'm going to say Matterhorn's where all the
Probably
deaths
like the train. Because people trying to get off of it or something.
There are 5 listed for Space Mountain, only 2 listed for Matterhorn.
Oh.
Disneyland Railroad has 4, so 1 less than Space Mountain.
Railroad, man.
Nicole was right.
Did
Space
you-
Mountain's a
Did
killer,
you
man.
know that
It's a killer.
the train because we went on the train for the first time ever on this last one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there's like a little attraction inside
The
that
dinosaurs.
ride. The dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Only-
even know that.
It's only the last 3 quarters, so basically you have to get on at New Orleans
We got
Square
on-
and ride it to Main Street.
We got on at Toontown and then took it all the way around.
Gotcha. Cool.
It's a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Watch yourself while you're in Toontown.
Good times.
Anyway, so there you go.
Anyway.
That's
All right, go
Behind the
check 'em out.
Attraction is the show.
All right, here's mine. Now, I lied. It is, I thought I saw this on Max. I saw 2 movies. I talked to you, Brian, on Monday about Dave. Dave is streaming on
Oh yeah, the movie Dave. Yes.
on HBO, and I recommend it highly. I love Dave. It just makes me feel good to watch
is it?
Dave. Yeah, I love
That's
it.
a great movie.
It's a great movie. It holds up, too. Like, it's really great. However, I was in the mood for something, and we're having what we call FAMSAC around here, where Carter is subjected to movies that I think are important. And so I sat her down to finally watch Gross Point Blank. Now, it's a bit of a... Well, I'm going to play the clip. I've even given you the name already, but I'm going to play the clip, and then I'll explain how I saw this. So here you go.
Why do you say we put away our guns and forget the whole goddamn thing and have some breakfast, all right?
No scabs. From now on, all arrangements, all contracts, all engagements are regulated. You got it?
We'll meet the new boss.
Yes.
No deal.
Okay. But we're not going to let you do your little job here.
No?
No. Because we're going to do it for you.
All right. So you hear Dan Aykroyd there playing Grocer, one of the greatest villains of all time. And of course, you got your John Cusack there.
Cusack.
Doing his thing.
Your Jeremy Piven, because he's in everything that John Cusack does.
Yep. Jeremy Piven's in there for a bit. You got all sorts of folks. I really like Minnie Driver a lot, and she's amazing in this. If you've never seen it, you're missing out. It's maybe my favorite 90s movie. That's hard to say because there's a lot of great stuff in the 90s, but this one was in particular was a special one for me because a couple things are happening here. It's like Tarantino and John Hughes got together and made a movie together. Like whatever unholy union that is, that's what this movie is. Because on the one hand, Martin Blank is a hitman who has been for the last 10 years, ever since he left high school, and worked for the government for a while, CIA for a while, now works on his own, and he's quite literally a hitman. He is whacking people for money. And as he always says, chances are if I show up at your door, you did something to deserve it, is what he always says. But at the same time, and he's got this little office, almost like a little law office, except it's just him and his sister, him and this lady who's played by his actual sister, Joan Cusack. Mm-hmm. She runs the office, and she's great in this, as you might expect. And he's kind of at a weird point in his career. He's not feeling it as much as he was before. Thinks about this girl he left in high school, left her literally on prom night to go join the army. And she never knew what happened to him, and she's thinking about her all the time. And he gets an invitation to go back to his high school reunion, which would have been his 10-year. Now, this movie came out in 1997, which was exactly 10-year anniversary of would have been my year of my 10-year reunion. So that means all the music, soundtrack, the vibe of that era is like full on display here. Like the soundtrack's amazing. Violent Femmes, freaking... Just imagine everything from that
English
time.
beat.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. The soundtrack's amazing. Even if you don't see this movie, just go play that soundtrack. It's awesome. So he goes back and he meets up again with Minnie Driver, who's playing an American in this. She's British, but and she does a great job. Her dad is Dharma's dad, so I was mentioning him earlier. He's in this from Dharma and Greg. I like that guy a lot, and not much else to say except. It's one of the best hybrid things I've ever seen. It's got this amazing...
Did Carter like it?
Oh, she loved it. She absolutely loved it. And Kim and I were happy to watch it again. I'd watch it 500 times. I love that movie so much. I think it's a perfect film. I think that the combination of this kind of hardcore, gangstery kind of vibe and then mixed with that John Hughes nostalgic kind of high school romantic comedy is just so well done. that it's almost impossible to duplicate. I don't know who else does this and does as good a job as this. I think it's an all-time classic, and I freaking love it. Here's the cheat, though. It's not streaming. You have to rent it right now. Okay.
Oh.
And we tried. We looked everywhere. We were like, all right, where is this? Someone has to be streaming. I knew Netflix had it not long ago. I couldn't find it. And I said, I don't care. I'm paying $4.99. Let's get this HD up here and let's go. Let's watch this thing. And so we did. So I cheated this week and I rented a movie. But it's amazing, and I don't care because it's awesome, and you guys should all see it.
About 4 years ago, Tina and I might have even, no, I guess it was post or pre-mystery dates. No, I feel like this was a mystery date. Tina and I went and saw Grosse Pointe Blank at the Paramount Theater with John Cusack, with a Q&A at the end with John Cusack.
That would have been great. Would love
answered
that.
questions about Grosse Pointe Blank, talked about the experience, and then answered questions about everything else. No, it was recent because he was very, boy, his Twitter is very anti Trump, and that came out a lot in that Q&A.
Oh yeah, he likes to, that's his big talking point these days. But
yep.
I mean, the guy's just, he's a staple of 80s era awkward
Absolutely
teenager
is.
comedy movie, whatever, and he just parlays that here as a 20-something. Well, I guess he'd have been 27 or whatever. He's older than he plays, but still, like this, playing all of that stuff from that era. There's a bunch of actors in here going to recognize and go, oh yeah, that guy, I forgot he went on to be in Walking Dead or whatever. It's just a great frickin' time. It also features the only example of a Doom video game in arcade form.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, which
Played
doesn't exist.
with a cover of "Live and Let Die" by Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, Live and Let Die. You're right. That's when the dude, the little weird Russian hitman, comes to the convenience store that used to be his house and blows that place apart. And they play that song, and then the burrito bomb goes off. Anyway, it's just an amazing movie. Carter loved it, and I'm telling you right now, Grocer, Grocer, the character played by Dan Aykroyd, still the pinnacle of that man's career as far as I'm concerned. I love Grocer with all my heart and soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even though in the end he gets a TV for a head, he is this is my favorite thing he ever did. And I love Aykroyd and everything, but I loved him in this. So go see it, rent it, find it, whatever. Hopefully it'll be streaming soon. There's my cheat for the week. All right, Nicole, what'd you bring?
Yes.
What'd you got?
Two, and I set up that Dropbox. Did you get the Dropbox?
Oh yeah, I bet I did. Let me. Sorry, I forgot we were doing that. I'm still getting used to our new arrangement here.
It's
Hold
okay.
on. Let me pull that up real fast. Okay, there it is.
We should almost just share our recommendals Dropbox with Nicole. Let her use the same one.
We could do that. Why not? Why don't
I'll
we
go
do
in and delete stuff.
You're deleting Brian's recommendals because I picked the same thing.
All right. Do you want your doc first or your other one first? What do you want?
Do the rom-com first.
All right. Here it comes, everybody. Oh, it's very quiet. Let me see if I can up the volume on this. See, had I been thinking, I would have done this earlier. So hold on.
It's okay.
My bad. Okay. So we're going to save that. Oh, geez. Just a minute, everybody. Okay. There we go.
I put it.
All right. Now. Sorry. I kind of effed this up. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm going to play it. Here we go.
To understand.
Oh.
This is a courtesy.
Why is it
It's okay. He's
I think
watching
these are pretty good. You seem Australian.
All I have to do is master the New Zealand accent.
Can't be done. Don't even try.
Can't be done, don't even try.
Okay. Be good. Can't believe you could just watch yourself back like that.
Comes with the job, I guess.
I would hate to watch myself.
Why?
Because I'd hate to just look at my own face.
I think you have a nice face.
That's a lovely thing to say. If only I respected your opinion.
Oh.
Can I talk to you for a second?
What do you want?
How's it going in there?
Fine. Yeah. Is that all you call me out here for?
Is Tom staying for dinner?
No. He's probably, gonna go.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh.
Don't!
I have no idea.
Is that Toni Collette?
No, it's not Toni Collette. I don't know any of these actors or actresses. The only person I recognized in this whole show was Minnie Driver.
Minnie Driver.
Wow, what a
Hello.
coincidence.
Yeah.
She was only in it for like a blip. She plays the agent of Tom Kapoor, who you heard talking to Jesse. This is a rom-com show on HBO Max called Starstruck.
Okay.
And it's only 6 episodes. I loved it. It's so funny. And so she's a New Zealander living in London. She's working 2 dead-end jobs. She goes out for New Year's Eve with her friend who was talking to her in that clip. She gets drunk and she meets Tom Kapoor. She doesn't know he's a famous actor. And they hook up, and it's kind of about their relationship. And I haven't really enjoyed a rom-com in a very long time. And I really, really, really like this one.
So this is a series. How many? I'm sorry. How many episodes did you say? 6?
Yes, it's a rom-com series.
Okay. Yeah, this looks like something Kim's gonna want to consume immediately. To me,
it's so good. It's so. And at the end, I was like, ah!
Yeah.
It was just great. I loved it. I loved it.
Nice. This looks great. I'm a huge fan of anything with New Zealand people talking at all. So
yeah.
It's
New Zealand and British, and it's a charming.
It's all the good stuff, is what you're saying.
It really was. It was like the way that they structured it with it being episodic.
Yeah.
It cut out a lot of the stupid stuff.
Sure.
And they were able to pass time pretty well. So each episode is like, one episode is winter or the other one. And, they're showing that time has passed between when they last saw each other and kind of the dynamics of trying to make a relationship with someone that might be a little unconventional since he's such a famous actor.
Sure.
So.
All right. Well, I'm interested.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Starstruck.
And it's an HBO Max original, not a. It's just it's theirs.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So nowhere else you're going to get this, but there. It sounds like.
Max original. Yeah, it's Max original.
Awesome. All right. Here is number 2. Any setup for this?
It's Netflix, and it's a documentary. And I cried.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting it. It's not the kind of documentary that you would think going into it is going to be a little emotional. But I hope everyone watches this documentary if you have Netflix, because it was a great documentary.
Food matters. Just kidding. All right, let's find out. Let's play it and see what we get.
I recommend mushrooms and mushroom products frequently to patients, and I teach other doctors about their uses. Mushrooms have molecules not found elsewhere in nature. There's some that have totally unusual properties, like lion's mane mushroom.
The lion's mane mushroom is a globular, cascading, icicle-formed mushroom. It tastes like lobster or shrimp when you cook it, but a researcher in Japan by the name of Kawagishi discovered it in around 1993. And I don't have the foggiest idea how he discovered this, but he discovered that this mushroom stimulates nerves to regrow. And he postulated it could be an effective treatment against Alzheimer's.
Since we don't have anything for Alzheimer's, and since this is non-toxic, we should test it. Mushrooms are completely unusual organisms, and they're ignored by so many people, and yet they're a vital interface between all forms of life.
Plus, they're good on pizza. All right, so what? I assume it's a mushroom documentary. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a mushroom documentary.
I was thinking
on
this
Netflix.
Alzheimer's documentary.
No, it's a mushroom. I pulled out that clip because they start out the documentary. It's called Fantastic Fungi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or fungi. Fungi?
Fungi.
That's what they keep on saying. I think it's
fungi.
Really? Say fungi?
Yeah. I think it's fungi.
Yeah, they called me Fantastic Fun Guy in high school, but that all changed. That's all different now.
So it starts off kind of educating you about why mushrooms are so important to our environment and how they are everywhere. And they just kind of go through that kind of little educational part of it. And then they get into the second half of the film, which is what the clip I played for you, where they start talking about the medicinal things that mushrooms can do, and how there's what 1.3 million variations of mushrooms, and we've only scratched the surface of understanding them. And it was just a fascinating. I'm really hopeful that some really cool treatment comes out of it, because I know in Colorado, in Colorado, they approved mushrooms, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They decriminalized them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just don't.
So they talk about magical mushrooms and kind of the history of why they were criminalized and all of that, and how they really help a lot of people with depression, anxiety. There's various uses for them. And they talk about it's like 1 or 2 pills of a mushroom versus big pharmaceuticals where you got this whole continuous pill. So he's like, it doesn't make a lot of money, right? So why are we going to put money into investing and researching this when it doesn't make the kind of money? But the guy who's kind of centered around it, he talks about some of his patents that he's done in his research, and it's just, I don't want to spoil it. Watch it. It's fascinating.
Okay.
It talks about pest control and the whole network. It was so funny because I kind of already had a understanding of the mushroom network because I watch the school bus show with my kids. What is it called? Magic School Bus.
Oh yeah.
And they had a whole episode where the kids were turned into trees, and then one kid was a mushroom, and he had access to the root network and allowed for them to communicate. And it was just, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's all around you now.
It's just fascinating.
Yeah, I the only thing I ever remember about Magic School Bus was there was an episode where they traveled through an anus. Do you remember that? That's not just me, right? That happened. I know this happened. There was some kind of like, hey,
never
kids.
seen a single episode, but if I were, that's the episode I would hunt down and check out.
Claire Gack says yes. I mean, I don't know where I'd even find it, but I swear there was an episode where, and my kids were watching it. They were of age, and I remember there was an anus, and they were driving through the bus in an anus. I don't know what happened.
It's a useful thing indeed.
Yeah, it is a useful thing indeed. We've learned that a long time ago. All right. Well, this is great. Do watch both of these things. I'm going to watch that mushroom thing probably sooner than Parasite.
Claire found the clip, but the title of the clip is "Girl, That's a Booty Hole."
Oh wow. Oh, maybe this is is it just a meme and I've thought it was real? Is that what this is? Oh, okay. So let me just play. I'm sorry to ruin our lives with this, but let me just play this here.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole. Not a...
Maybe this is what I'm thinking of because there's like a sphincter thing.
A hole, Keisha. A valve.
A valve. Okay.
Are you watching Magic School Bus?
Yeah, it's just a clip on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
The new Magic School Bus is, I mean, if you want another recommendal, if you have kids, it's wonderful. It's on Netflix. It's voiced by SNL woman. What's her name?
I don't know.
She was in the girl.
Anna Gasteyer.
No.
Oh.
Rachel Dratch.
No, Girl Ghostbuster.
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
No, blonde.
McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
McKenna. Yes.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKenna. She voices the teacher.
I want to see. So this is a new one? This is a new thing that exists? I didn't know
Yeah. Rebooted it. It's wonderful. There's even like a little mini movie. It's really good.
I can't believe I remembered Anna Gasteyer's name. I can't believe that came out of my mouth.
Well,
that's amazing. All right. Yeah, I like Kate McKinnon. I'd watch that. I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the bus went through a digestive tract. Was that what the deal was? All right. The chat room's trying to suss this out for me.
I'm sure they always go into bodies and learn about stuff in the body.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to go in the body and learn things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nicole does this magic trick where after the show, she puts all the stuff up on her Twitter account. And that means you guys can find out what we talked about and where to get it. That's over at Nicole Spag. Make sure to follow that. Nicole, anything else you want to mention before we go?
Just have a great week.
Yeah. Let's have a great week. That's really nice. And don't ride Space Mountain is the other piece of advice.
No, don't do that.
Bye now. Except Brian. He's going to ride it. Go ride it.
Of course.
I liked it too. I enjoyed that ride, but my kids hated it.
Somebody sent me the Space Mountain with the lights on. So this is the actual ride. I was thinking like a photo of what it looks like in there, but they sent a video of what it's like with the lights on the ride, and it's, God, it is just like this little tiny room with a roller coaster that's.
Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors for that ride, isn't it? None of that's real.
But it's it looks like Cerebro in there with all the the video or. Not video, but their projector panel walls. It's great.
I want to see that when you get a sec.
I will put it in our Discord.
Yeah, I want to see that. That sounds awesome. I always wonder what that looked like in there, so now I'll find out. All right.
It'll kind of, it won't ruin it for you, but it'll kind of disappoint you with how simple it is.
That's so insane. Yeah, it's like a warehouse.
It is. It's like a warehouse. Yeah, exactly.
You know what, chat? Just for those who didn't see it, just look at this, okay? Just for a second. So normally this is all blacked out. That's right. So you never see this. Is this allowed? I mean, did somebody do this and they weren't supposed to? Or
I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing it was an employee that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you get away with this, but I guess some employee that just said, "Yeah, let's fire up the ride. I'll take a video of it with the lights on."
It does. It reminds me of a factory where, like, they're pushing like automated canning through here or something. They're canning food.
Right. It totally looks like that. Yeah, like you're on a conveyor belt of soup.
Yeah, which makes it kind of brilliant and amazing because our brains are funny. You turn off the lights and suddenly everything else.
Suddenly it's this big space with, sure, not real meteors. I've never been on Space Mountain when the ghost. Like they have around Halloween.
Yeah.
They have a ghost retheming of it. And I've never been there when that was up and running. But it's kind of like how they turn Haunted Mansion into Nightmare Before Christmas. Ghost Galaxy. Right. Thank you, Cyborg Dude. Yeah, I've never been there when that was up and running.
I was there when they were converting it, which meant there was it was late September, and they wouldn't let us ride it at all.
Yes.
That sucked. I was pissed.
I hate that.
Same thing happened with same with Haunted Mansion. It was
Haunted
down.
Mansion, they were getting ready for that's a bummer.
Yeah, I was mad.
Come on, you guys have overnight. Do it overnight.
Yeah,
but
do it overnight. Exactly.
And let people see the half
right.
Half done and half not done. Oh, somebody, Captain Kipper just posted the video of what Ghost Galaxy looks like. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. Well, very nice. Look at you guys with all your knowledge and
Ghost
your Disney info.
Galaxy.
All right, well, that's going to be it for the show. I want to thank some specific patrons today for their support of the show. For example, we got some brand new ones, and love seeing new names. It's great. Aaron, Philip, Brett, and Nathan. You guys know who you are. Thank you for signing up for our Patreon. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. All in the last few days. We got an old timer I'd like to mention as well. Chris Orden, been around since 2014. Chris, you the man. You the man. And it is a man, I checked. It's not a lady.
When people leave the Patreon, we should also say their name, but their full name and their address.
Yeah, and where to send your hate mail. No, not really. No, we'd never do that. Of course not. But we do want to thank our old timers and our new timers alike. Thank you guys for supporting us. If you'd like to support the show and get cool benefits and truly take advantage of our rapport planning, head on over to patreon.com/TMS. For all else, you're going to want to check out the morning stream at we're going to go to frogpants.com/TMS and email us at themorningstream@gmail.com. That's themorningstream@gmail.com. That's going to do it for the show today. We'll be back tomorrow, Wendy and all that stuff. I guess no Bobby because he's going to the zoo with his kids. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I would like to go to the zoo with my kids.
With Bobby's kids?
Or Bobby's kids. Sure. I hung out with Van all day Tuesday. Oh, no, I didn't. I had to work most of it. But he was here all day on Tuesday, and it made me wish we were going to the zoo or fishing or some other cool, thing you can do with a kid. So I'm jealous of Bobby. It'll be fun for him. But anyway, all the normal other stuff happening on Thursday, so come back for that. Okay, that'll do it. Brian, we need a song. Do you have a song?
Yes, I have a song. By the way, come on. Esha Menon in the chat room. We'd never dox somebody. Come on. Well, we wouldn't anymore.
Yeah, there's an old story we could tell, but
it's an old story. So we'll save that for a TMS mashup sometime. Anyway, no, we'd never do that.
Yeah.
Luis wrote in and said, "Sorry for the short notice on this request. It's my birthday today. It is. I missed requesting requesting a cover for episode 2112. Shame on me. If you have any good Rush covers, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for all you do. Signed, Luis. Well, dude, yeah, I've got a great Rush cover. I got a bunch of them. This is one I haven't played on the show before. That's what the other thing I have to do is look and see which ones I've played on the show before. This one is Jacob Moon from his 2013 album Fascination. It's a cover of Rush's Limelight. Here's Jacob Moon.
Very nice, by the way.
Happy birthday to you!
There you go.
There you go.
Got to get that out. All right, that'll do it for us. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Everything is sparkly.
Yeah, it is. That was Bo.